You can... Oh my god. Hey bananners, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I'm going to apologize for some things before we start. Firstly, I'm going to start with my mom has contractors here, so they're working up in my sister's room, and I haven't heard anything yet, but you know, it could be picked up. And because they are here, my dog goes ballistic every time he even thinks about them, so he's been barking downstairs. And Dot is in her crate making a bunch of noise, as usual. And it's, I'm using natural lighting today. It's a little gloomy out, so the lighting's a little off. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it's a little off. You can just tell it's a little off, but it's okay. Also, I got this t-shirt from Target in the men's t-shirt section because it was cheaper. So, as you read by the title, today I'm going to talk about how to change your mindset guaranteed. Now, I know that's a super big claim, and I do want to disclaim really quickly that I am not a professional in any kind of field that has to do with psychology, being a doctor, all of that stuff. I can only go based on what I've seen, what I have experienced, and what I personally have gone through. So I'm an expert in that, in myself. Okay? So I wanted to throw that out there. I am a teacher from Pennsylvania. I'm not an expert in psychology or the mind. Just my own. So, but I did want to point that out. I'm going to go based on what I have experienced and what I have seen happen. Okay? In other people and in myself. So, throw that out there. And now there's no particular order that these are being said. There's no particular order you need to do them in. There's no particular order. Okay? And actually, like, I've never done a video like this, but I am going to say, if you're watching this, get a pen and paper because you might want to take some notes. I'm not going to lie. There's going to be some good stuff in here. To start, we're going to go into what mindset really even is. And without using an actual definition or anything like that, mindset is the set of your mind.
Wow.
And it's basically, there are different things that make up your mindset, such as your emotions, your reaction to things, how you process things, your thoughts, your mental health, and so many other things that I cannot think of off the top of my head. But a lot of things go into mindset. So we're going to talk about a few ways that you can start to shift your mindset if it's in a not so great place. And if it is in a good place, you know, a decent place, or even in a great place, I would still encourage you to watch this because it could just, you know, inspire you to be better, because we all want to be the best versions of ourselves. So it could inspire you to grow more, to be better. And we're really never done working on ourselves. We should always be, you know, having some personal development, I feel. I mean, I'm building a side business that's literally like 30% of the work is personal development. So, you know. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to talk about is thoughts, because thoughts are so important. And this is kind of going to mesh in with the next thing. So we're going to do the thoughts, and then we'll talk about positive affirmations, because they kind of go hand in hand. So first, thoughts. How you think about yourself. How you think about others. How you think about life. These specific thoughts that go through your head throughout the day, at night. Obviously, when you're sleeping, if you think when you're sleeping. Whenever you're thinking actively, that's what we're talking about. So the way that you think about everything matters. And before I go into that further, I do want to quickly throw some education in here. But if you are a believer of the universe, universal intelligence, God, whatever you want to call it, I usually say universal intelligence, whatever you want to call this, whoever's running this, it's universal intelligence is really funny sometimes. And what you put your energy into grows. And if you don't know what that means, I'll go into an example. If you are in love with yourself, like you think very highly of yourself, you think very highly of others, you're always doing kind things, thinking kind things, you have nothing but nice things to say to and about people, you're working on yourself, uplifting others, you are, first of all, super positive, amazing, that's amazing. You are putting energy into that positivity, and that positivity is going to grow. However, on the other hand, the same goes for the negatives. Why did I say it like that? If you are someone who is always thinking negatively about themselves and about others, is hateful towards others, is hateful towards life, oh, my life sucks, I hate my job, nothing goes right, you are putting energy into the negativity, and it is going to grow. It will grow. If you are someone who really thinks that their life is the worst, and you're constantly thinking this way, and then bad things keep happening to you, there's a reason for that. You're putting energy into that nonsense, and it's growing. So if that is you, please pay attention, because I'm going to help you as best as I can. As best as I can through a screen. I'm going to help you. So, thoughts are super, super important. Literally, because thoughts make up such a big part of your mindset. And I know I said there's no order, but I kind of did want to do that one first because honestly, it might be the most important. They're all important, but this one's the most important. Because your thoughts are constantly going throughout the day. There's very few time during the day that you're not thinking. Whether you're talking to yourself in your head, you're thinking about others, you're thinking about, the class that you're starting, whatever you're thinking about, you're always thinking about something. So, yes, and the way that you can begin to change your thoughts if they are in the negative portion of the spectrum that I call mindset. If you are on the negative side of the spectrum with your thoughts, some ways to begin to change your thoughts are to literally rewrite the script. If you honestly, if you feel ugly one day and you're just I feel so ugly today, I'm ugly, whatever. What you can do is acknowledge that you're saying it, stop yourself, and rewrite the script. Even if you're genuinely feeling ugly, sometimes everybody has those days. You just don't feel your best. I have those days. What you can do is, instead of saying, oh, I feel so ugly, you could say, oh, I feel happy today. Because you can still feel ugly, but have a fine day. Oh, I feel happy today. I know that I'm a good person. I know that I have kind intentions. I'm smart. I'm safe. Whatever you need to say to start, shifting those thoughts, and you're going to completely forget that you even felt ugly because you're going to start to feel amazing about yourself. The more you hype yourself up, the more amazing you're going to feel, which goes into our next thing, affirmations. That transitions perfectly. Wow. Positive affirmations. For those who don't know what positive affirmations are, it's literally hyping yourself up in the most positive way. And some examples I actually did just say, I am smart, I am kind, I am, even though our example was feeling ugly, I am beautiful. You can see how prepared I am for this. I am doing great things. I am good at what I do. You know, all of these positive affirmations can certainly help the way you feel about yourself and your thoughts. Because let me tell you something. The way that you feel about yourself is going to affect how you feel about your surroundings and outside and out there and people and animals and nature and your boss and everything. If you're feeling crummy about yourself, you're going to feel crummy about everything else. If you're feeling amazing about yourself, you're going to feel amazing about everything else. Guaranteed. Try it. It's amazing. So there are some resources for all of this stuff. I'm going to obviously talk about the self. I'm going to give you some for positive affirmations. There is an app called I Am, and it will, if you set up like a time frame, it'll send you notifications throughout the day that have positive affirmations, such as the ones that I listed. And some of them are actually really deep. Like they're like, I'll get it on my phone and I'm like, oh, that's right. Like one of them that I got recently was, I am removing everything that doesn't serve me. And I'm like, yes. Like, period. If something is not serving you, it needs to be removed from your life. I don't care what it is. I do not care what it is. If it's not serving you, it needs to go. Because if you keep something in your life that's not serving you, there could be a good bet that that is a source of the negativity that you're experiencing and that you're feeling. For example, if you have a super toxic friend or family member, like you can love them, you could have been through a lot with them. First of all, quality over quantity, but that we can get into that another day. If somebody is toxic in your life and is causing you a negative mindset, they need to go. They need to go. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your sister. I don't care if it's your best friend of 25 years. I don't care if it's a cousin you see twice a year. I don't care who it is. You need to get rid of it. Same with things that are not serving you, including habits. And I think that since we're talking about, and because, you know, positive affirmations isn't like a super long like topic, I think I am going to go into resources now. So different resources. There are other resources for positive affirmations. You can literally like Google some. And really quickly before we do go into resources, if you've never done positive affirmations before, something to help you ease into it, because it is going to feel a little weird if you've never done it. Something to help ease into it would be to say them in your head first and then start saying them out loud. Saying them out loud is what makes them even more true. Like just thinking like, I am smart. It's like, yeah, okay. But saying like, I am smart. I am smart. I am smart. Even if you have to like put emphasis on different words. I am smart. You're going to start to believe it, and your subconscious is going to start to believe it, because you can make your subconscious believe anything you want. Anything you want. So if you start thinking those things and saying those things, your subconscious is going to start absorbing those things, and then you're going to see a difference. You are going to see a difference. Resources. There are an abundance of resources. There, right here. I have this book called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero, if that's how you pronounce her last name. This is literally a book that will tell you how to be a badass, and it has like different things. I do highlight these books. They have different, she has different sections in this one, and she has different like little quotes. Like I'll read one. It says, you are responsible for what you say and do. You are not responsible for whether or not people freak out about it. And it has different little things like that. And every single chapter, okay, maybe not every single chapter, but most of the chapters will end in love yourself. Because that's the whole basis of this book, is to unlock your inner badass and to love yourself and to think about yourself in a high respected way. You know? Because, I mean, think about it. If you don't like when people disrespect you, why would you disrespect yourself? By saying and thinking and doing harmful things to yourself. Now, we're not going to go into, like, actual, like, self-harm. I just mean, like, just, like, the way that you're living your life. Like, we're not going to go into that specific thing. That's different. That's for a different day. I just mean, like, the way you talk about yourself, the way you talk to yourself, like, oh, like, if you do something dumb, like, okay, accept that you did something dumb. You don't have to be like, oh, like, you're such an idiot, or like, oh, I'm so stupid. Like, if it was stupid, it was stupid. You know, it is what it is. But move on from it. Just be like, oh, you know what? That really wasn't my greatest moment. But, you know, I'll be better later today. I'll be better tomorrow. I'll be better next time. You can always say, it wasn't the best, comma, but insert positive thing or goal here. Because if you say, like, oh, like, today wasn't my best day, but tomorrow's going to be better. Or tomorrow I'm going to make things better. Or I'll be better next time. Resources. I keep getting sidetracked. So the book, and then the app, and then there are other places to get resources online, I'm sure, if you Google it. And then another resource I'd like to talk about is Mr. Bob Proctor. If you know me, you know that I've recently been getting into Bob Proctor, and I absolutely adore Bob Proctor. And he is not only an icon in business and that side of life, but he's also an expert in shifting your mindset. The Proctor Gallagher Institute, which I will link their channel below, is Bob Proctor and his business partner, Ms. Gallagher. I don't know her first name. I think it's Sarah, but I don't know. Ms. Gallagher, we're going to call her. They have a YouTube channel, and they do both post. I think it's mostly Bob Proctor from what I've been seeing, but they do both post. And he has specific videos on shifting your mindset, shifting your paradigm, the way that you react versus respond to things, saying that's good in bad situations. Just a few examples. I mean, he has a lot of business related ones, so if you check out his channel and you end up liking it and you get into the other videos, go for it. I will not stop you. But that is an amazing channel, and he's an amazing individual to study up on if you want to shift your mindset and start to live a better life. So the next thing I want to talk about is mental health. Now, we're not going to get into like the deep, dark stuff today. We're just going to keep it brief because the topic of this video is obviously changing your mindset, not like super deep mental health. If you want a mental health video, click right here. But anyway, mental health. So mental health plays an obvious part in your mindset because it's, all in here. So mental health is, not only is it super important in changing your mindset, it's just super important in general. And if I could speak, I could get my point across. It is super important in general. And I have noticed that, and this is me personally. I'm not saying that like you have to be where I'm at to get where I'm going, but this is me personally. I was on my self-love journey, which I have on my channel. I can post that somewhere also. And that started to help shift my mental health into a more positive space, which helped shift my mindset. And now, please, my gosh, my mental health I think is at the best it's ever been. To be honest, yeah, in the last 12 years, this is the best it's been in 12 years. And what I'm trying to explain is that mindset and mental health literally go hand in hand because it's all in the same area. They go hand in hand. So when you improve one, you're going to see an improvement in the other. So for example, say you have like the worst mental health, which if you do, I'm praying because that's, scary. If you have the worst mental health, and if you honestly start to just think, even if you take thoughts and you're like, oh my gosh, like my life is so bad that I don't want to live it. Like if that is your thought, you could even start with stop, you said it, cool, accept it, rewrite the script, okay? And then really think and list off the things in your life that are going well. Even if it's, I got out of bed this morning, I showered this morning, I took the dog out this morning, I went to sleep on time last night, I got a full, 6 hours of sleep, whatever is, whatever's a good amount of sleep for you would obviously be that. If you start even with those small minor steps, you're going to see a difference. And if you're improving your mindset, your mental health is going to improve. If you're improving your mental health, your mindset's going to improve. They work hand in hand. Okay? The last thing I want to mention is that, I don't know if I already said this, but it is easier said than done. It's going to come easier for some people. It's going to come more difficult for some people. Some things you need to keep in mind is that everybody is different. Everybody's brains are different. Everyone does things differently. So if you're changing your mindset and you see someone else changing their mindset and they seem to be doing better, you will get there. You will get there. Maybe they've been doing it longer and you're just getting started. There are different, there's different things to consider. And don't hit yourself with this is never going to happen, this is too hard, because that's that negative energy that's growing. You really need to be aware of what you're putting your energy into and who you're putting your energy into, because negativity is in things and people. So if you're putting your energy into negative people, you're probably going to attract more negative people. I would know from experience. Anyway, it's easier said than done, but it is doable. I have seen tons of people come from the worst mindset and the worst mental health and the worst life experience. And they're literally at the top. Amazing mindset, amazing life, mental health, all checks out. It is doable and you can do it. You can change your mindset. If some of these people that I've seen can come from the situations that they have come from and are where they are now, so can you. I promise you. But something else that you need to keep in mind, this is the last point that I will make, is that it's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen if you are not dedicated to really changing your mindset. If you wake up tomorrow and you're like, you know what, I'm sick of the negativity, I'm sick of living my life this way, I'm sick of the way I think about myself, and you start making that change, you have to dedicate to that change, or you're just going to slip right back into your habits, and habits are super important. Negative habits are going to produce more negative habits and negativity. And same with positivity. It really is a back and forth balance. It's a spectrum. It's, because we're, obviously where there's good, there's evil, where there's, there's black, there's white, where there's negativity, there is positivity. They go hand in hand. And if you want that positivity, you literally have to at least trick your subconscious into being positive. And then it will start to come out. Just watch. My challenge for you, if you are watching up to this point, my challenge for you is every single day, say 3 positive affirmations, either in your head, to yourself, say it into your phone so you can listen to it. 3 positive affirmations every day until you start to see a change. That is my challenge for you for this week. Okay, so that is everything I have to say about changing your mindset. And if you watch this video and you actually take these things and run with them and apply them and use them, come back to this video in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, whatever increment you want to do, and let me know how you're doing. Like, if you actually watch the Bob Proctor videos, let me know which one is your favorite in 6 months. Let me know what you're doing in 6 months with your positive affirmations. Let me know what you did to change your mindset into a better one. Because I want to know. I'm very intrigued. So, that is it for this video. Thank you so much if you watched this far. I kind of figured that if you watch this far, you're serious about changing your mindset, and I really wish you the best, and I really hope you do, because we need more positive people in this world. There's a lot of negativity going on. We need more positivity, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Alright, so as I said, that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Become a banana today. I want 100 subs by 2021. I think we can do it. I have hopes. I really do. So, because we're going to be positive about this. Okay, I'm done. If you want to know what I'm going to be up to, all my social media will be listed down below like always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!